Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. If you tuned in yesterday, you would have seen me unboxing one of these. One of the new Space Marine Heroes blind boxed miniatures from Games Workshop. In my previous video, I chatted all about the distribution for these guys, which is basically a set of 9 individually sculpted Space Marines, not Primaris Marines, regular Space Marines, which are blind boxed with different rarities, including one uber duper rare one. If you want to know more about this or my understanding of this product line, yeah, like I say, please check out the other video first, in which I unboxed Brother Castor, who is just behind me over here. Brother Castor is the most common miniature in the range. He has a 1 in 6 distribution, I believe. But we're going to open 3 more, and we're going to hope that we've got something a little bit rarer. Now, the video I did yesterday, I basically assembled the miniature on camera, so if you want to see how easy these guys are to go together, you can watch that video and just see me putting one together very quickly in just a few minutes, without glue and without even using clippers or anything to remove them from the sprue, because these guys just twist out of the sprues. I'm not going to build all 3 of these guys on camera. I'm going to open them all on camera, and then we'll cut away, I'll sling them together, and we'll cut back in just to see them assembled, and we'll see how lucky I have been. Let's start with this guy. Like I say, they are blind boxed, so you do not have any idea, and you can't really tell. There's no sort of weight difference, and they're all security sealed. Drum roll. Chances of getting Brother Castor again. Well, it's not Brother Castor, and it is actually... Who have we got? There's a card in each box. It is actually Brother Garrus. I will also, when I cut away, I will double check what the rarities are on these guys, because I don't think... Now see, the leaflet doesn't tell you what the rarity is on each of them. These cards are weird. They've got like different symbols at the bottom. I can't find anywhere that explains what those symbols are. As I understand it, these cards are exactly the same as they were in the Japanese set, and there was some kind of simple game that you could play with the miniatures. I've not been able to find any rules for that in English, or any sort of reason why these symbols exist, but they are different. Brother Castor has those different symbols. There's Brother Garrus. So anyway, so this is a good start. That's a different character. Yeah, we will, like I say, I will build them off camera, and we'll have a look afterwards and see what they look like put together. But for now, I'm just going to blitz through all 3, and then I'll come back and tell you the rarities as well. Come on, give me something super rare. Oh look, that's Brother Castor again. So this guy is supposed to be 1 in 6. Oh, it's not Brother Castor again. It's not. I saw the bolt gun like that. I take it back. I immediately take it back. Look at that. I was immediately assuming that my luck was going to be shonky, and I shouldn't have assumed that. To assume makes an ass of you and me, but mainly me. I'll put that on the side over there. It's actually Brother Titus, who's actually really quite cool, because he is in the process of loading his bolter. He's got the armoured clip in his hand there, and that's why the bolter is up like that. And again, on the card, he is shown without his helmet. I will definitely be assembling him with a helmet. Each miniature has a choice. You get a bald head, and you get a helmet head, and I will always use the helmets. Given a chance, I will always build guys with helmets on. Okay, well that's 3 for 3 so far. That's good, but no oobity-doobity uber rare. This is it. This is the last one, and I'm probably, to be honest, not going to buy any more of these. I wanted to buy a couple of them because I wanted to, well, one, I wanted to show them on camera because I think it's an interesting thing that Games Workshop have done. I think over the last sort of year or so, Games Workshop have really found some interesting new ways to get their products out to people who might not normally buy their products. I mean, I'm currently doing video coverage on Warhammer Conquest magazine, which I think is a fantastic way to get new people into the game, and it's a great way to pick up some stuff at good discounts. And now they're doing this as a way to sort of get people, you know, sort of like a pocket money purchase, which is, you know, this is a stocking filler. If you know someone who likes Games Workshop, maybe doesn't have an army, or just likes plastic model kits. If you know someone who likes plastic model kits and might want to try something a little bit different to an airplane, £5 to get you one of these. And again, of course, there's also for the people who just love to open blind boxes and find out what they get. But yeah, I think it's an interesting thing, but I'm not overly keen on blind boxes, and I'm not keen on chasing down super rares. I don't feel the need in my life to have this complete set of 9, so this will probably be it for me in terms of purchases. But I definitely wanted to show them off because I do think it's interesting. I do think, although it's not necessarily a product for me, I do think it's a product for a lot of people, and I commend Games Workshop for doing it. Don't be Brother Castor, don't be Brother Castor, don't be Brother Castor, don't be Brother Castor. It's not! Oh, it's Missile Launcher Dude! It's the guy firing his missile launcher. That's because I said he'd be a bugger to paint. Now I've got to figure out how to paint him. Yeah, what's his name? What's his name? His name is Brother Remus. Cool. Fantastic. 3 different miniatures. Well, sorry, 4 different miniatures if you include the miniature from yesterday. I didn't get the uber rare Captain miniature, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting it. I was honestly expecting to get at least 1 double. But I didn't get any doubles. I'm going to cut away now. I'm going to very quickly assemble these guys, and we will cut back in, and we will see what we've got. And by the power of some very rudimentary editing, we are back. I have assembled all of my Space Marine Heroes miniatures, and I have also been online and I have checked the rarity levels, and it turns out I was a little bit wrong. I thought Brother Castor was one of the most common ones, and he's actually not. Brother Titus, the guy loading his gun, he is actually one of the most common ones. He is 1 in 6, so every 1 in 6 miniatures is a Brother Titus. Good miniature though. You know, nice detailing, little grenades. I've just realised that I didn't punch out the little connector between his legs, like so. Woo! Now that's gone. Run free, Brother Titus. Nice little miniature. I like the character on it. I like the reloading pose. And then we have Brother Garrus, who is also 1 in 6, and this is a lovely miniature. Wasn't keen on the no helmet head. Obviously, I've said I'm not keen on any heads that don't have helmets, but in particular, I thought it was quite poor, the one for this miniature. But the helmeted head with the eye and everything is very, very cool. He's like a sniper sort of character. He's got like a bullet, empty shell or something hanging on his bolt pistol there. Very dynamic pose, and I like him a lot. But yeah, also a common miniature, 1 in 6. And then we have Brother Castor, and Brother Castor is interesting because he is 5 in every 36 boxes. And that means generally speaking, he's 1 in 6, because what I think is the uber rare character who's 1 in every 36 boxes. I think there's 12 miniatures in a box, and most of them are 1 in 6 or 1 in 12. So the 1 in 6 ones, there'd be 2 in each box of 12. The 1 in 12s, there'd be 1 of each. This guy would normally be 1 in 6, but every 1 in 3 crates has one of the super rare characters. So I would imagine that the second one of this guy in every third crate gets dropped for the rare guy. If that makes any kind of sense at all. But generally this guy's 1 in 6, but every now and again he's 1 in 12. If you're looking on a per box basis. To make way for that super rare guy. So at the moment, as you can see, what I've got are the common guys, the 1 in 6 guys. And in fact, that's all of the guys that are 1 in 6. All of the rest are rarer. So while I was lucky not to get any dupes, I've not actually been very lucky in getting any rare guys. Brother Remus is actually the rarest character I have, and he's 1 in 12. Which is actually the rarity of everything else except for the super rare 1 in 36 guy, I believe. And yeah, it's a good miniature. It's got like a servo arm on his back there for reloading. And yeah, it's good. It's interesting to see a projectile coming out of a gun, because you don't see that very often in miniatures. And it's cool. Cool dynamic pose. So there we go. That is it. That is my 4 Space Marine heroes. And like I say, I'm not rushing out to buy any more. Not least because I've got all of the ruddy common ones. And if I was to go into a store now and pick up a box, I am almost certainly going to get a duplicate. Because that's just a very high percentage chance now of picking up a duplicate. And I do like the miniatures, but I don't think there's anything I'm particularly... If we open up one of these magazines again, I don't think there's any of them that I'm particularly desperate to have. The sergeant with the power sword would have been nice. I mean, he would have fitted in very nicely in a kill team. I've got a nice little kill team on the go there, but it would need fleshing out a little bit. He would have been nice, and Brother Promethor would have been good. If I can get Space Marine Adventures at some point, which is a board game, it's currently only available in America through limited outlets like Barnes & Nobles, but that's got the other 4 miniatures that are missing from this wave of characters, so that would kind of fill that out quite nicely as well. Fingers crossed that Space Marine Adventures comes to the UK. But until then, I think I'm done with Space Marine Heroes. And it's interesting. It's an interesting product. It's not necessarily a product specifically for me. It's a nice way to pick up some, unique little characters. It's a fun thing to do if you've got £5 to spare and you fancy chance in your arm to get that super rare guy. I don't think there's going to be potentially a lot of resale value on these, on the basis that people who really, really want to chase a set are probably going to buy a whole crate, because buying a whole crate, I think, working on the numbers for the distribution, I think if you bought a crate of 12, you're guaranteed to get 8, the 8 that aren't super rare, and then you've got a chance to get the super rare. It's going to be that super rare guy that everybody's chasing, and everything else is just gravy. But there we go. That's Space Marine Heroes, a new venture. It's certainly in this neck of the woods anyway. It's been around in Japan for a little while. And an interesting one, and I do like to see Games Workshop doing different things like this. But yeah, I'm done for now. So let me know if you thought this was interesting. Let me know what you think of the Space Marine Heroes. Let me know what you think of twisting stuff out of sprues. Ooh, that still sent shivers down my spine doing it, even though they're designed for it. And I will see you all again in another video. Bye everybody. Bye bye.